Hello guys, I'm Nick and today I'm gonna be presenting you a list of the top knives that you can get for under 60 euros right now in CSGO. Alright, so let me touch quickly on why I chose 60 euros as the minimum price when looking for a knife. Because a lot of you people could be telling me, but Nick, for less than 50 euros I can get a Navajo Rust Coat, Shadow Daggers Boreal Forest in Battlescarred, and my answer is, yeah, you could get those knives, but they look so bad. First of all, their finishes, they are really ugly. Safari meshes, boreal forests, and then the float values. In Battlescarred you're gonna have such scratched knives that it's almost not worth playing with them. What you can rather do in a situation like this is set aside another 10 euros, maybe over a couple of weeks, and you can keep on playing with your default knife, and have 60 now as a budget that I can use to get a cooler knife, a cooler exterior, and a way better looking float value, so the knife actually looks clean. Before getting on with the list, I'd like to say that the prices are taken all from Buff 163, the leading marketplace for CSGO skins at the moment. Often here you'll find the best prices and the most volume of knives being sold and being bought. Coming in as the first entry is the Navajo knife Nightstripe. The condition is of course field tested, the float value goes around 0.36 and you can get it for around 47.5 euros. For around 3 euros more though, you can have a 0.19 float value, which actually cleans up the knife real well. You have a very clean handle and it cleans up the blade quite a lot from scratches. One of the perks of the Nightstripe finish, as well as the ultraviolet finish, is that they fit so well with the default gloves, especially on the T side. They are very dark knives and they go well with very dark gloves. In general, this is a very solid knife. The next item on my list is the Navajo knife Vanilla, coming in at around 49.20 euros. Here you don't need to take a look at the float values, as float values don't matter with vanilla knives. A thing that I'd like to point out is how cool the engraving looks on the actual blade. It's a very intricate pattern that definitely adds a lot of value to an otherwise quite boring knife. Coming in next, we have the Navajo knife Ultraviolet. The finish is field tested and the float value is around 0.35. It comes at around 50 euros, but for 5 euros more you can have a 0.16 float value, which not only has a way cleaner blade, but also has a way cleaner handle. Like the Nightstripe, the Ultraviolet works really well with the default T-side gloves, making it a perfect match basically. Next on the list we have the Shadow Daggers Night, coming in at around 55 euros for a field tested pair with a float value of around 0.37. By adding just 5 euros more you can get them in a float value of around 0.20, which helps us clean up the look so much, basically giving them the clean look that I want when I'm buying a knife. If you're not completely satisfied with the look of the Shadow Daggers Night and you wanna add a touch bit more color, you can always go for a pair of Shadow Daggers Ultraviolet, which in field tested they will cost you around 60 euros. Unfortunately, 0.35 is the maximum float that we can afford by staying within the given budget of 60 euros. For a 0.20 to 0.17, the budget should be upped to around 65 euros, and I feel like the ultraviolet finish goes very well with a lot of play skins, such as the AK Blue Laminate or the M4 Decimator. If you don't like the look and feel of the Shadow Daggers or the Navajo knife, you want a bit of a more spicy animation, the next entry on the list is the Gut Knife Knight, coming in field tested with a 0.30 float at around 58.70 euros. I personally feel like the gut knife is such an underrated knife. It has one of the best animations, especially if you're an AWP player, when you're switching between your AWP and your knife. I love how the guy spins it in his hand and then catches it, as well as the blade. I love the butcherer look of the blade. It's very raw, very ragged, and the night finish really suits this knife. If you can add around 3 euros more, you can get it in 0.20, helping you achieve a cleaner look, especially on the middle side of the blade. The last knife on this list is the Gut Knife Ultraviolet, of course in field tested with a float value of around 0.26. It comes in at around 58.9 euros. The combination between the purple of the handle and the black of the blade looks so good in-game when you're actually playing with it that I feel like this is the top knife that you can get under 60 euros. So guys, I really hope the video was helpful, and remember, before buying a knife, always make sure you try it out first and you like it. You can do so by simply joining a server that has the WS plugin enabled. Then you can type knife in chat and you'll be able to try out any knife in any exterior and in any float you want. If you have a bit of a bigger budget, I'm working on a video for a sub 100 euros knife, which should be coming up shortly, and I hope you have a great day. Good luck and have fun!